Ay, yeah. Ay, ay.
Miracles come while we in the fight. Don't give up and hold him tight. You will have a visible battle scar, but never forget who you are and fight, fight, fight.
Hello, and welcome to Embracing the Fight. I am Erica Lamar, your digital creator and host. I created Embracing the Fight to help normalize the conversation surrounding physical and mental health issues and concerns. And if you haven't already, take a moment to click like, click share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel Embracing the Fight. We need to get our message out so more people across the world can heal and they can move forward with their lives knowing that other people have made it. So that's why I'm starting to bring people in to talk about their personal fight. So please take a moment today to listen to the personal fight of a dear friend, a beautiful soul that you'll hear in the next few minutes. Thank you. And thank you all for joining. We're going to jump right in because I have a very special guest today on Embracing the Fight. I know her as Tasha, but I'm going to let her introduce herself. And then she's going to tell you why she named episode 37, Watch That Road. So, Tasha, who are you?
Hi. Most people don't call me Tasha. They're gonna say Tasha Crittle, but my name is Tasha Crittle. I'm from Macon, Georgia, and the reason why I named this episode "Watch That Road" is for the simple fact is the definition behind it. Watch that road. You have so many obstacles. You have dead ends. You have curves. You have potholes. You have streets that have no lights. You have construction going on the roads that send you to detours. That's why I feel like my life is like Watch That Road, because every path I don't took me somewhere different. Okay. But it always leads me back to one person, that's God. So that's the main thing for me. So that's why I named this Watch That Road.
Okay. All right. So who are you exactly? And how did we meet? How do we know each other?
We know each other from elementary school on up.
Walter P. Jones.
Boom. So it's a lot of history behind us. You know what I'm saying? A lot of history.
All right. So I invited you here today because I know that you are going through a personal fight yourself. And I want you to tell everyone about the fight you're going through, how you found out about what you have going on, how you're dealing with it now, and like your support group, anything that's related to your fight. Just feel free to tell us right now.
Okay. I found out last year that I had breast cancer, but this is the beginning to the end. It started in 2020. I kept going to a particular doctor and I kept telling her that I felt something in my breast. She'll tell me, hey, it's nothing wrong. Sometimes you're just going to feel those little things. Everything is normal. I went and got a breast exam. Like you normally do, when you turn 40, everything was, okay. So in 2021, my right breast started bothering me. So I went to the emergency room. So I went to the emergency room around November, the middle of November. So when I went, they was telling they checked me and everything, and they felt like a little knot there, and the knot was hurting, seatbelt hurting, everything was hurting. So I kind of ignored it for a while because I was scared to go to the doctor. Like you need to go, but you don't know how the outcome gonna be. That's kind of how it works. So I finally called at the end of December to make an appointment to go in to see my doctor. So when I made an appointment in December, she told me she couldn't get me into February, which I know COVID knocked a lot of stuff back. So it takes a minute for you to get appointments now. So I had an appointment in mid-February, went in. She wasn't there, her mid nurse was there, so she checked me or whatever. She was like, oh no, we got to send you over to the breast center. So they sent me over to the breast center. So when I went over to the breast center, they did a mammogram on me. And the lady was like, hold on, Miss Jacobs, for a minute. So a nurse came in and the nurse was like, we need to do a biopsy on you. So I ended up getting 5 biopsies in one day. She said they never had done those many on a person. I got 3 on my right breast and 2 on my. So after that, I got a phone call 3 days later saying that I need to come in for a 3D ultrasound. So I'm like, hey, I got kicking out of the ultrasounds on my, on my chest for. So I went in, they did the blood, sent you through the machine and everything. March the 9th, my aunt came down from Atlanta, which her name is Tasha Crittle, and my mother, Ollie Benson, came down with me for my doctor appointment. And my cancer doctor, which I didn't know he was going to be my cancer doctor at that time because I hadn't got the results, but his name is Dr. Dale. My brother was on the phone. He stays in Norfolk, Virginia. His name is Reginald. He was on the phone because he wasn't able to be here. And my sister was on the phone, stays in Detroit. So I had them on the phone so everybody can, hear what the doctor said. I'm praying good news, whatever. So Dr. Dale walked in and he had 2 more doctors with him. I knew something went right. Those many doctors aren't supposed to come in the room with you. So when he came in, he said, "Hi, Miss Jacobs, how you doing?" I was like, "I'm doing all right." And he was like, "I got good news and I got bad news." And I'm like, he was like, "Which one you want to hear?" And I was like, "You can go ahead on and give me the bad." He was like, "We're not going to be able to save your breast." My heart just dropped. I looked at my aunt, I looked at my mom, and I just went to crying. And he said, "But the good news is we can do reconstructive surgery." So I'm still in a state of shock and I'm crying because I'm like, what you am I still in my mind? Like, what you mean you can't save my breast? You know what I'm saying? Everything, it didn't really click right then. So we talked a little bit or whatever. We left there. We went to get something to eat. I got a follow-up call from the nurse saying that he wanted to hurry up and do the surgery as soon as possible because I was hitting that stage 3 marker.
Oh, wow.
And so I ended up having surgery April the 21st of 2022. So that was a whole different life started all over again that day. So I had the surgery, remove both breasts, and the reason why I had my left breast removed, when you find out that you have breast cancer, it's best to go ahead on and remove both of your breasts, because if not, 5 years later, 10 years later on down the line, sometimes the cancer can come back and it can affect the opposite breast. Right. I didn't keep my nipples. You can keep but your nipple carry cancer cells also. So if I would attach them, it's a chance that it could come back through my nipples. So I didn't keep my nipples. I had my surgery. I got some new boobies. So, I was like scared, but kind of happy at the same time. Cause get some new boobies take you back to when you was like 12 and 13. I'm going to be perky. So that's the first thing going through my mind. May the 15th, I started seeing, like, how you have a sore and you don't pick it and you start seeing the skin to inside this, so I started seeing like little red things in my right breast going across, and I was like, and I was like, I don't think that's normal. Let me call my doctor. So I called the doctor, and they had me to come in. I had emergency surgery that day. That was my implant that I was looking at.
Oh, wow.
Cancer was still on parts of the skin. So it was eating through my skin where you could see my implant. So they had to do emergency surgery. So they removed my whole right breast. So I only had the left side. September the 6th, I went in to have surgery. So they could put in what you call an expander. Expander is to be put in with a balloon. It's a metal piece. And what it does, it helps them build your breast. It stretches your skin so you'll be able to, they'll be able to put another implant back in. So I went in September the 6th for surgery. When he opened me up, he had to close me back up because I had a lot of fluid on my chest that, all they can call congestive heart failure. So they had to give me the amoxicillin and all the antibiotics to get that away. So I think it was October the 12th, I had surgery again. I ended up having the expander. And December the 5th, I started getting blow up. So they take a needle with the saline and you go every week and they put it in and they pump it so the balloon is getting bigger and bigger to stretch your skin. The last blow up I had was the end of December. So April the 20th of this year, I had the metal piece removed and I had my implant put back in.
Okay.
And as you can see, this side is higher than this side. And the reason why is because when it settled, the metal piece and the balloon made this side a little higher. So I have to come in this side now. So this is for the made 1, 2, 3, 4. My 5th surgery.
Okay.
But I was end up getting keloid skin. You could look at the spots where they was giving me the steroids. You see they're lighter than my normal skin. That is infected now. So I got to have another surgery October the 13th. They got to remove this whole side. So I got me somebody to talk to because I was asking myself, like, why me? Like, no, why me, God? Like, but then I had to realize once you build that relationship with him, he hit battle to the strongest people.
That's right.
And people tell me every day, girl, you're gonna be okay. You can tell me all day, every day, I'm gonna be okay. My family can tell me it's gonna be okay. I got a village behind me, a strong village. But deep down, nobody actually knows how I feel.
Right.
So a person will like, and by the way, I am cancer free now. But people are like, well, Tasha, won't you just let them take your breast and you won't have to keep going through all this. It's easy for someone to tell you to have your breast removed, but it also is devastating to me when I had to go through that stage where they had to remove my breast and I didn't have nothing on that side. And when you are born, you don't have breasts right then, but as you start developing into a woman, you get your breast and your breast become part of your identity.
Right.
Once you lose that, for me, it took a part of me away. So for me to get them, lose them, lose them, I'm a silly person. So I'm telling my doctor, golly, Dr. Dale, you keep giving me titties and you keep taking them away. Then you give me another titty, you keep taking it away. Like, you know what I'm saying? What you gonna do about my titties? You know what I'm saying? To keep myself uplifted, I try to laugh, I try to joke about it, but at the end of the day, it's mentally destroying. Like, it will destroy you. I don't care how much you go to church. I don't care how many people come around you. I don't care how many people say I love you. It's gonna be all right. I know it's gonna be all right because I got faith in God. And I know he got me. But deep down inside, it's mentally destroying me. I wasn't able to work for a whole year. So you got to look at, okay, I'm not able to work. I got to go to these different resources to help pay this. I got family members chipping in. I got my fiance. He's stepping up to the plate. I got family. But at the end of the day, everybody still got their own lives. They got their own bills. They own, you know what I'm saying? Everybody got everything going on. And it's not fair that everybody got to stop and help me. I drained my whole bank account. So I'm like, what was the purpose of saving when I had to spend all my money? Then the job that I normally can work, I can't because I'm having so many surgeries. Can't lift anything because, when you have one surgery, it takes you about 3 months to heal. You got to think about it. I had surgery back to back, back to back, back to back, back to back. So that's a wound keep getting cut, wound keep getting cut, wound keep getting cut. They removed my lymph nodes. I have no lymph nodes up under my arms. So I have no feeling yet. I don't start getting certain feeling in my breast in different areas, but to sum everything up, I tell all y'all ladies that are watching, men, whoever, it doesn't matter what sex, go get checked. When you feel something's wrong, don't be scared. Go get yourself checked. I don't care if you got a cough and if it don't go away in 24 hours, go get yourself checked.
That's right.
Like, we as Black women have a high risk. I ain't gonna say a high risk, a high rate of breast cancer. You know what I'm saying? And we have to start seeing about ourselves. We have to. Like, Normally, women, when you go to the doctor, when you get pregnant,
Mhm.
nobody really goes to the doctor unless you're gonna fake like you sick and you need a doctor excuse for work. Take the time out and go get a physical every year. I'm
Yeah.
being serious. A lot
Oh
of
yeah. Yeah, I know it. That's why I was tickled.
excuse. Start going to the doctor and see about yourself. We're getting old. A lot of us are getting older. We're not getting younger. So people might look and say, "Whoa, you picked up a lot of weight." I'm thinking I'm going through cancer. I'm stressing. I'm crying. I'm about to give up. I got all these doctors I go to. I have a cancer doctor. I have a cancer nutrition doctor. I have an oncologist. I have a primary doctor. I have pre-diabetes now. All this came, so I got a pre-diabetes doctor. It's like I got so many doctors to where sometimes I forget doctor appointments because I have so many doctors.
Mm-hmm.
But ladies, men, please, please find your family history out. That's the main thing people need to do.
Oh yeah.
Find out what your daddy, mama had, her great grandma had. Find out what lies on both sides of the family so you can prepare yourself. Because I promise you, you're gonna eventually get something.
Mm-hmm.
If it ain't nothing but something minor, you're gonna get something from one side of your family. So it's really best to do family history, do checkups, do everything that you need to do. Most important, change your diet.
That's right.
I'm like, I'm gonna give myself a pat on the back, not a big pat, but because I don't always do right, but I'm working and focusing so hard to eat right. We gotta eat right.
Mm-hmm.
This food is causing high cholesterol, diabetes, heart failure, liver, ulcers. Like you got to watch how you eat.
Yeah,
So,
that's true.
so basically, that's my
It's
little
just
story.
well, I appreciate you telling my story. Telling your story. You said so many things that, touched me while you were talking, especially the thing that really hit home for me is because, I've known you so long and you've always been so strong and so resilient and exactly how to fight and advocate for yourself. When you said the doctor, was basically like, oh, ain't nothing wrong with you. You kept going and you kept going and you kept going because you and I had the same experience with that because when I was going to my doctor, they kept saying, you just need to lose weight. And it was like, it's got to be something wrong. You really have to know your body. And I'm glad that you knew your body enough to say, look, I need y'all to figure out what's going on here. And what was it that really made you just say, you know what, did you stay with the same doctor or did you go to another doctor or?
No, can I cuss on you? No, ma'am. No. No.
Okay. And then the doctor that you left, and then the doctor that you went to, the one that you went to, that's the one who diagnosed what you had, and then they did the reconstructive surgery, or what did they say? Another surgery?
When I left her,
Mm-hmm.
I went to the breast center. Dr. Dale took over from there, and all the other doctors that I needed followed in the past.
Okay.
Like it went from one recommendation to another recommendation to another recommendation. When I tell you, and I forgot my plastic surgeon doctor, Dr. Joshua Rose. I can't leave him out because I love Dr. Girl. It's like every doctor I have are connected in every way to each other. So I went from a crummy doctor, which I'm not gonna mention her now. I went from a crummy doctor to the best doctoring team I could ask for.
Yes. And I mean, that's exactly, how I feel. Because the first doctor, like I said, I could take her or leave her. But the next one I got, when I say that lady was A1 and she made sure that, she was very methodical about looking at my medical history and she was looking at my parents' history and she was asking all these questions, sending me for all these different tests. And I was like, man, she gonna find everything. And I was really happy about that. And I'm glad that, you had the strength to leave a doctor because I know people that will stay with the doctor because they've been with them for years and then they end up dying, from something that could have been, prevented.
Something that people also need to know. It's nothing wrong with getting a second opinion.
Okay.
If you feel some type of way, it's nothing wrong with going to see another doctor. I'm being honest with y'all. Sometimes you got to get out of that being comfortable with that person that you done been going to 10, 15, 20 years and find you somebody new.
That's right. And then another thing that you said that struck a chord with me when you were talking about how people are so callous. They'll come to you and say, "Oh, well, just get rid of your breast." When certain things that, like you said, identify you and make you, a woman, it's like, how can you just look at me and say that? I know they're probably thinking, the best for you. If this goes away, then you won't ever get cancer. You won't have these problems. But at the same time, they don't know what an illness will do to your mental health. And I'm glad to hear that you also said that you went to like a mental health counselor or a therapist to talk to them. So what were those sessions like? What was that like for you?
It was deep because I got a chance to open up, and a lot of people are scared to go talk to someone. So they were like, well, I'm going to talk to my sister, my brother. No,
you don't have a
go
license.
talk to a stranger. Go
Yeah.
talk to someone that you don't have to worry about hearing your business again to. Go talk to someone you could scream and holler. They don't know you from a can of paint. Because the lady that I go to, she let me know if she was to ever see me in Walmart, she wouldn't even speak to me, and she'll walk past me like I don't even know her. She's like, because I might not want everybody to know she's my doctor, so she would never put me in a position to where she's like, "Hey, Tasha, how you doing?" This, she said she'll walk straight past me. When we have our session, she'll be like, "You look nice," and talk to me like that. But off of one thing you said, when you said people say about my breasts, I don't had a lot of people come up to me, and a lot of people like, "You don't look like you don't went through cancer." And this is for anybody watching. How do a person supposed to look? Because you get diagnosed with something that's life threatening, you supposed to crumble. Like you don't supposed to crumble. You got a lot of people handle situations differently. But don't tell somebody, "Oh, you don't look like you've been through cancer. You don't look like this and that." Because I'm trying to figure out how a person supposed to look.
Right. Because
That brought me like how I supposed to look. Like, please tell me how I supposed to look because I got something. You know what I'm saying? And then at first, I didn't really want to let people know I had cancer. Then I had to think about it. This ain't chlamydia. This ain't gonorrhea. This ain't HIV. You know what I'm saying? This is something that I had no control over. So why am I scared to tell people, "Hey, this is what I'm going through"? I talk to people. I tell them, "Hey, it's a story behind me. I'm a real life testimony." And I'm not scared to speak on anything that I went through. I'm not scared. It's just certain parts of my interaction with certain doctors I won't speak on. But anything else, I'm gonna talk about it. And I'm gonna tell y'all, hey, I like not to want to be here no more. I had suicide thoughts. Like I went through a depression doctor. Like I have pills I was taking. Like until you be in someone's shoes, don't prejudge a person. Don't think they should do this and they should do that. You're not in those shoes. Like everybody got opinions, but your opinions don't matter until it happened to you.
That's right. That is so real. And then with you saying, how people look at you and say, "Oh, I get that too. Oh, you had cancer. You don't look like it." It's like, are y'all going by, what's portrayed in movies, how these folks say they have cancer and they just look like the world is going to end? But the two of us, we realize that we have God in us and God in our lives. And we have to look like the God within us and not the things that we're going through. That's why you always hear those, those older, seasoned Christian ladies that say, you don't look like what you've been through, or you shouldn't look like what you've been through. You should look like, the God in you. And that's what I was saying when you got on a call. I was like, "Man, she looks so pretty. She looks so fresh hair. You got on a pretty little green outfit." I said, "Okay, I can see you." I said, "He looks so cute." But either way, I'm just glad to see, that you made it through all of this. But at the same time, as you were going through this, I know you got sons and everything, but you got the most beautiful daughter. And you know how it is when you got one little girl and you sitting there saying, "What if I don't make it? Or what if I get so sick that I miss out, on this part of her life? Or how is she feeling with me, going through that?" So what was that like for you with your daughter? Because she's smart now. I know you told her what was going on and, y'all had some interactions and some talks about it. So can you give us an idea? That way you can help folks that need to tell their children.
It was hard. It was hard telling her.
Mhm.
She took it real hard. She took it extremely hard, and it really made, we always been close, but it made my relationship closer to her.
Mhm.
But she took it real hard, and sometimes she'll send me I might be in the room,
Mhm.
and she might send me a little TikTok and say, "Mom, just want to let you know I'm proud of you today. I love you." Like, she helped change my bandages. She helped bathe me because I told you I couldn't look at myself for a minute because I didn't have anything after they took this side.
Mhm.
So when I bathe, I used to always close my eyes, or I put something on my face so I can't see. And she'll come in the bathroom and she'll bathe. You know what I'm saying? She'll bathe me and everything. So
Mhm.
she she really, for her just to be 15, she really turned to that strong young lady for me.
Mhm.
But besides her, my boys,
Mhm.
they took it even harder.
Okay.
And my oldest one, I didn't talk to him when I first had surgery. I was like, "What, did I do anything to him? He didn't come around that much. He
Mhm.
didn't see." And I was like, "No, Dre don't come around and talk to me. Like, why he came and checked on me and see how I'm doing, knowing I done had surgery?"
Mhm.
And it clicked on me. That's how he lost his grandma through cancer. So he had to build himself up to come see me. And then when he came and see me, he hugged me
Mhm.
so tight to where it like I was getting baptized all over again. The
Mhm.
way he hugged me, like how a pastor hug you and get ready to take you up on the water. That's
Mhm.
how he hugged me. Um, every day I get I always get texts, but I get so many texts from my kids, so many TikToks. Mom, hey, every other Sunday we're gonna come spend time with you. Is there anything that you need? Have you ate lunch today? Here you some lunch money. It
Mhm.
like really, really made my relationship stronger with my kids, because at the end of the day, I let them know anything can happen.
That's right.
We're leaving like it's nothing.
Mhm.
Love on who loves on you. Forgive anybody who has done anything to you. That don't mean you got to be their friend again.
That's right.
But forgive. Get any hatred out of you, any grudges. Let all that go. Once you make peace with God and peace within yourself, I promise you, your whole body spirit will be so at peace.
Yeah.
Like I let so much, because I was like out, and through the whole little journey, you find out who your friends are,
Oh yes, you do.
and who's gonna be there for you. I just being honest, it was more people that I thought would have been there for me, wasn't there for me, and people that I wouldn't even expect showed up and showed out.
Mhm.
My mother-in-law, my auntie, my mom, and my sister.
Mhm.
Them four women are phenomenal women.
Oh yeah.
They're phenomenal women because they showed up and they showed out. And my brother,
Mhm.
ooh, when I get back right like I need to be, oh, I got him. I'm taking him on a cruise.
Oh yeah.
He deserves it. And my fiance, I'm not gonna leave him out,
Mhm.
because I don't been following people that goes through a lot of different things. And when you dating someone
Mhm.
and you go through something, some people don't know how to handle that. They'll walk away from
Oh, they will.
you because it's not that they don't love you. They
Mhm.
just can't handle that situation. They don't want that much pressure on them. That's where you learn a boy from a man.
That's right.
And I got me a man, because he stood by,
Okay.
he stood by my side. This attitude and all, I do have an attitude and it mouth. Oh, woo, woo. I told him, you gotta love me to put up with me, because babe, I would have been left me.
Oh man, he said you'd have been left you. I
Yeah, because you got to think
appreciate.
about, like,
Mhm.
every day I'm going through something. Like, I want to get out. Like I tell people, don't sit in the house.
Right.
You got it on you. Bump clothes, because I don't care
Mhm.
about it. You don't got too old for that. If you
Mhm.
don't, just go for yourself, go to a park, do a picnic,
Yeah.
find some women that's on a different level, on a church level, you know what I'm saying? Even if some people are not about church, they find a whole different environment to go, because sitting in the house,
Mhm.
it drains you. People don't understand. You
You're
got too
right.
much time to think, too much time to cry,
That's right.
too much time to be depressed.
Mm-hmm.
Do nothing, get in your car and go to the end of the interstate and just
Yep.
sit there and do some music. You got to get out the house. You
Yep.
got to get out the house, and you got to talk to people. What's wrong with a lot of people? They hold everything in. So when you release it, it's dangerous.
That's true.
So you got to start talking to people about certain situation that you're going through, whether it's about your health, about your job, about your finances, about your love life. But you got to make sure when you discuss things with people, they're the right people.
That's true.
Because listening ear ain't always a good listening ear.
Right? Some people just glad it's not them. That's what that
Exactly.
is. Mm-hmm.
They want to hear everything that's going wrong in your life.
Yep.
That's why I noticed on social media, I never have asked anyone to pray for me. I don't want nobody to pray for me. If you want to pray for me, you can
pray.
But I don't ask for prayers because our prayers are sincere. And I don't want, because people always be like, oh, God bless me with this. God, no, the devil bless you too, y'all. People better realize the devil bless you more than God bless you. You don't get blessed by God by doing wrong to others. So people saying, speaking on someone else's situation, no matter what it is, and then you turn around and you get blessed with a new car today, that's the devil. That ain't God.
Yep.
You cannot be not right within and think all these blessings come from God. People better learn the difference between these blessings.
Yep, and them prayers hitting the ceiling. They ain't going no higher.
I'm not for real. So that's one thing I'm not gonna ask nobody to do. I ain't for to ask nobody to pray for me. Not even on your episode. I want nobody to pray for me. I just want people to say, hey, we met a young lady that's real, that's honest, that opened up.
Yep.
And if it's sincere from your heart and you truly believe in God, you can pray for me. But if you ain't sincere with God, don't pray for me.
I appreciate all of your honesty and all the advice and everything that you've been so open about on this episode. Is there anything else that you want to tell or pass on to someone who might be dealing with breast cancer right now?
Scream, cry.
That's true. Let it out.
Do whatever you need to do. But at the end of the day, find you someone to talk to.
That's great advice. So is there anything else, anyone you want to shout out, anything you want to say before we close this episode? Because you, like I said, you've opened so many doors and lightened so many things.
I want to shout out to my whole family, my friends who've been there for me, my Facebook family, the ones who have reached out, to all the strangers that I have just met through this whole journey. I want to thank everybody for the love, the support, and thank God for another chance at life. And I'm for to enjoy every moment of it.
I'm so glad that you are, and I'm so glad that you're able to be here, and talk about it. Because, we were talking before we got on the call that we did lose a friend of ours, one that graduated a year before us. Her name is Keisha Jones, and she's left, a legacy behind, her daughter, and we're constantly thinking of her, and it's just so fresh. It's just so hard, to even imagine. And like I said, I'm just so glad that you're still in the land of the living and you are giving out this advice and you're letting people know that they can make it through. They just have to get the test, go through with the procedures, and make sure they talk to someone to get through this whole process.
Exactly. Now I feel the same way towards you too.
Thank you so much. After listening to this amazing message, I hope you take the time out to go and get tested, go get checked. Even if you just need to start out with doing the manual breast exam at home when you're in the shower, just take, those circular motions that they tell you while you're holding, your arm up. Make sure you're doing that. And breast cancer doesn't just strike people at the age of 40 or over. You need to know your family history to make sure you're checking, earlier in life. And heck, you can check when you first get breast if you want, because you never know when it could potentially happen. I thank Tasha so much, and I like to call her TC. In the beginning, she said she is best known as Tasha Crittle, but I always called her TC ever since we were children. But please take heed to her message because she was so open and so vulnerable and willing to give of herself to help save lives. And that's what Embracing the Fight is all about. So thank you so much for taking the time out to listen. Please take care of yourselves and have an absolutely amazing day.